This video is brought to you by Skillshare.
I fucking love. Right off the bat, let me tell you guys that the pilot episode of Doom Patrol is my personal favorite DC film since it's Guardians of the Galaxy on TV, and so far it's looking to become DC's Daredevil. It's everything I could possibly want from a team-based superhero show. If you haven't watched it yet, go do that, because in order to talk about why I fucking love, I have to talk spoilers. It feels so good to talk passionately about a modern DC adaptation that I actually like. The last time I did that was, hold on, 6 months ago? Jesus Christ. Anyways, Doom Patrol is DC's triumph. It's colorful, creative, captivating, and most importantly, character-focused. Doom Patrol does a better job of establishing these band of misfits in 2 episodes than Titans managed to do in 11. Doom Patrol does a better job of making you care about these band of misfits that you probably knew little to nothing about than a lot of modern DC films. I never thought that I would say that I care more about freaking Robotman than I care about the film version of Superman. Well, here I am saying it, and it feels fantastic. Where do I even begin? Oh, well, okay, you have to understand that after Titans, my ass had absolutely zero faith that any of these DC Universe exclusive shows would be good, except Young Justice. That's always good. I thought Doom Patrol would be a blue, underdeveloped, cheap-looking tragedy filled to the brim with Easter eggs that would make Reddit pages think the show was profound.
Corey's not gonna work. Get out of there. He's got a cold gun.
I was, as I said in the infamous Titans video, heartbroken. I thought I was going to have to live the rest of my life being that negative prick who keeps subjecting himself to these awful renditions of some of my favorite fictional characters. I honestly thought that there was no hope for creativity in these shows, no hope for a show with vision. I had been burned too many times. I learned my lesson, and I wasn't going to be blinded by Then I saw these the night before the premiere. How could this be? Was this real? How could the same executive producers who did this do this? The Doom Patrol intro is a work of art. I could watch this on loop for 50 minutes and never get sick of it. The score is haunting, the visuals completely captivating. You can feel the amount of work that went into every animation. The passion is tangible. These credits, along with the cinematic aspect ratio, immediately make a statement. This isn't the CW. This isn't Titans. This is something different, something we haven't seen from DC TV, something fresh. After I watched the intro 245 times, I fucking leaped into bed and set my damn alarm for 6 AM so I could watch the show as soon as it went live. For some reason, the app didn't work for me at 6, so I went back to bed till like 12. But then I fucking jumped back out of bed and pressed play. We open with some voiceover from the bad guy of the show, Mr. Nobody. A lot of people weren't completely sold on the fourth wall breaking, jokey narration, myself included, but then this happened in the second episode.
Is he talking about us?
Our radioactive flyboy asked, hoping desperately that Cyborg would take charge.
This is crazy.
Cyborg exclaimed as if it even needed to be said.
That's when I shut up and put my snobby voiceover is lazy critique aside and realized that the writers are completely aware of how lazy and cliche narration in film or TV can be. They are so aware that by the end of episode 2, we realize that even the characters are tortured by Mr. Nobody's narration. Literally.
And you, Victor Stone, you're the most tragic one of all. You don't even have memories. You have programming.
Now that's a fun and creative way to break the mold. That's something the show is constantly doing, breaking the mold. We've seen the story of outcasts turned heroes plenty of times, so Doom Patrol takes what you know and injects it with a weird dose of that special Grant Morrison LSD. There is an albino donkey who turns out to be a message-farting dimensional doorway. A talking cockroach.
Yes! I am ready, Father!
A girl with 64 different personalities, one of which can create a sharp weapon out of the word fuck. An old movie star who turns into silly putty with eyes when she's insecure. A space-age pilot who has an alien being living inside his Kentucky Fried body. And a successful race car driver turned shitty husband turned heroic robot. Oh, and Cyborg's there too. The fact that all of this works in 2 hours is a miracle. The fact that any of this works on freaking television is a miracle. The creativity doesn't just come from the writing either. Visually, Doom Patrol is a blast to watch and uses the medium of film to tell a story visually, you know, as film and television should always do. In the pilot episode alone, we get loads and loads of visually creative sequences. We first meet Robotman, Clifford Steele, in these oversaturated, thank it's not desaturated blue, Michael Bay on steroid scenes of Brandon Fraser screwing the nanny and driving race cars before decapitating his wife. But there is an actual reason for the oversaturated Bay-esque sequences. Cliff's an all-American asshole. Nothing visually represents American asshole more than Michael Bay. To follow that up, we get a wonderful 4-minute sequence that takes place completely from the perspective of a robot man. This puts the audience literally in the mind of Cliff. It's more than a little creepy and does a fantastic job of establishing how exactly Cliff sees the world now and what he's feeling after getting his brain transferred into a hunk of junk robot body. When Cliff starts learning to walk again, the cinematography switches to genuinely emotional Terrence Malick first-person POV flashbacks that show us Cliff helping his daughter walk up the stairs. This is all juxtaposed to how he's learning to walk up the stairs. And let's not forget the real MVP, this guy puking. Thought went into this show. Passion went into this show. Passion clearly fueled by the desire to create something fresh, unique, and special. Speaking of visuals, whatever lack of budget they have in the visual effects department is more than made up for by how they decide to use it. It's not overloaded with CG blood or cars or creatures. They have a real robot suit, real cyborg prosthetics.
But Alex, it looks like a Halloween
No, shut up. They don't like you anymore. Let me ask you goons, which do you prefer? This or this? Let me know down in the comments. I know what I prefer, and I know I'll always prefer something real and tangible. I need something tangible. That's why I don't mind when this plane looks less than real because they mix it with shots like this. Same goes for the race car driving. I can see Fraser. I know a real person is in that car. Rita's silly putty form doesn't look like freaking Thanos, but it doesn't need to. They know exactly when and how to use it. It helps that the special effects, the practical effects, are genuinely amazing. Cyborg getting operated on feels real, and Negative Man's Deadpool face looks better than the actual Deadpool face. That's knowing where to put your budget, that's smart show running, and that's using your limitations to your advantage. Doom Patrol doesn't have the budget to do a 25-minute wacky superhero action CG scene every week, so they don't. They focus on something more important instead. They focus on what's behind the style, what's behind all this funky, fresh, fun creativity. They focus on perfect. Absolutely perfect. Within 58 minutes, we know these people. We know what they want and what they are afraid of. We see everyone at their best and at their worst. We see everything we need to see to care about these super zeros. As I keep growing and getting older, caring is all I care about. You can have an aesthetically horrible show, but as long as you make me care about the characters, I'll care about your show. Doom Patrol makes me care about comic characters that I have no attachment to, no previous connections to. I'm a Batman fanboy, a Spidey fanboy, a Superman fanboy, a Titans fanboy. I wasn't a Doom Patrol fanboy. Doom Patrol makes me want to go pick up Morrison's run and read it. Doom Patrol is making me a Doom Patrol fanboy. And that's something special, isn't it? The writers know their characters. They know exactly how each character would respond in any given situation. Of course, the first place the queen of 50s cinema, Rita Farr, would go after hiding for 64 years is this retro diner. Of course, the first place the atomic age sex machine Larry Trainor would go after hiding for 58 years is this all-American bar. Of course, the first place the Fox would go after hiding for 31 years is to buy a toy for his daughter. In the pilot episode, the characters go to where they should feel the most normal. Rita should be able to jab on and on about herself in a setting that she feels at home in. Larry should be able to enjoy an ice cold beer with his fellow Americans. Cliff should be able to have a conversation with his daughter, or in this case, a daughter figure, on his real daughter's birthday. They should be able to feel some sense of normalcy, but the tragic fact is that they can't. Their fears won't let them. Rita's fear of embarrassment and shame turns her to goop, causing her to wreak havoc on the town. Jane's fear of attachment causes conflict with Cliff and the police. Cliff's fear of being a bad and neglectful father only adds to that conflict. Larry's fear of being revealed, of being exposed, causes him to run away from everything. Run away from his old family and his new one. The enemy of the Doom Patrol isn't Mr. Nobody, it's fear. Fear is what controls these characters, and fear will be the adversary that they have to overcome. This is all from the pilot, by the way. We learned this all in 58 minutes. That's a damn good pilot script bolstered by damn good performances and damn good direction. In the second episode, we meet Cyborg, the hero of Detroit. You guys don't understand how glad I am that they skipped the whole "I'm a freak" element of his character. We've seen enough of that from other incarnations and from other characters. Instead, this new take on Cyborg shows us what each member of the team could be if they overcame their fears. He's confident, beloved, and most importantly, he's a hero. Cyborg acts as a complete contrast to the broken, fucked up, and freaky Doom Patrol. But he's not perfect. None of these people are. No one is. That sounds pretty complex for a show that contains a lot of dick-grabbing, fuck-giving, and donkey farting, but that's the point. They take a page from films like Guardians of the Galaxy. Absurd, ridiculous, and sometimes childish humor is used to convey a real sense of pain. The robot attempting to inhale a joint is what makes you like him.
Anything?
But moments like these make you love him.
I got it. No crusts. Crusts are gross. Don't make me eat them. No crusts.
The tragedy hidden behind the comedy is what makes you love all of these people. That real emotion is what makes Doom Patrol a triumph. You want to see the best of what DC can be? You want to see the potential I'm always talking about? The potential of these characters? The potential of an entire universe filled with these characters? Then do yourself a favor and go watch These freaks have to overcome their fears in order to become a force for good. You can overcome your inner demons and learn to be a better creator when you sign up with Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community for creators. With Skillshare, you won't need Professor Niles Calder to teach you anything. Skillshare has more than 25,000 classes in design, business, and more. That funky premium membership gives you unlimited access so you can join the classes and communities that are just right for you. You don't need to live in Doom Manor to afford Skillshare. The annual subscription fee is less than $10 a month. Whether you want to fuel your curiosity, creativity, or even career, Skillshare is the perfect place to keep you learning and thriving in 2019. I'm currently creating a comic book. I wanted to be as fresh as Doom Patrol, so I turned to Eric Fari's class on how to make a comic book from start to finish. Only available on, you guessed it, Skillshare. So don't be a stick in the mud like Cyborg's dad. The first 500 of you use that sexy link in the description will get a 2-month free trial. You want to make your own comic, write your own screenplay, be an unstoppable force and the immovable object? Then on your way to watch Doom Patrol, make sure to click that link in the description, head over to join more than 7 million creators learning with Skillshare.